What's up, horror fam, and welcome back to another HHN 365 live here on YouTube. My name's Duff, and I'm back with Jonathan and Jess. What's going on, guys?
Hi. I can hear now.
Oh, good. I was hoping that would work.
Yeah, I could not hear the music. I don't know what happened,
Oh.
but I can hear you guys now, and that's all that matters.
There we go.
It's very loud in the green room when we play the music, so
I was worried something happened, so I was.
Did you guys hear the music? Everyone listening? I think you did.
Yeah,
I know you did. I checked on YouTube. I listened. But what's up, guys? Thanks for joining us again. We're happy to be back on track here. Sorry, there's a little gap as we kind of got back to a normal schedule as we were moving things around to make it work with announcements and stuff. But we're back here on a Tuesday, and we are so excited to be here. Let's see who has joined us this week. Coming in an hour before, we have Theme Park Medic. What's up? Thanks for joining us.
Hi.
Hello.
You're right, Mothman. We back. It's true. It's true. Albert, what's up? Bring your ponchos.
Right now in Florida specifically, actually.
Oh, yeah. I need it right now. I don't need to wait for the event to start. But it sounds like we're needed at HHN. Even if you're in Hollywood, bring your ponchos. Crazy. Christine Bean, thanks for joining us. Happy we could be part of your Tuesday. And your favorite. I don't know if we're the best, but we're your favorite, so we'll take it.
We appreciate it.
Chemo Dog, thanks for joining. It is to die for. It's true. Robbie, thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here.
I know why Robbie's excited.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Mm.
Kevin, it really is on a generational run with the announcements going on, huh? As far as like big drawing IPs and stuff. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
What's up, Mary? Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Mary.
Hello.
Allie,
Hi,
thanks
Allie.
for being here. Arkham, thanks for coming back.
Hi,
Appreciate it.
Arkham. I'm just gonna keep saying.
Jordan, what's going on?
Hi.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we hit 200 podcast episodes. We just dropped episode 200 yesterday. Who would have thought? Still here.
It's
Crazy.
Still kicking.
insane.
And now we're doing YouTube and shit.
God,
Look at us.
remember when I remember when I joined and it was Duff was like, no, we are just a podcast. And I was like, okay. And then it was slowly
When you
we
joined, I
added
already
things.
released an episode. I released a YouTube video.
Yeah, but you that was a special thing. And I remember you saying we were just going to do that for the event. And I was like, okay, we're cool. And now look at us. I'm proud of us. That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't sound like it.
I have to
Yeah.
give you a little shit.
I'm proud of
little
us
shit.
too. Jacob Willie, thanks for joining. Appreciate it.
Woo.
8-Bit Slash, thanks for being back. Can't wait to get to HHN either.
Wow. Get wet.
Oh, get wet. Oh.
Get wet at this year.
No, I was gonna do that. Regardless.
That's what we need to make is like just like a little like baby doll teeth. It's like HHN gets me.
Oh,
God.
For this year, that's the crop top. Let me know what you guys think in the chat.
All right, let's do it. Deep Park Beast, what's up? Hello, Hannah. Thanks for joining.
Adorable photo. Oh my god.
Hydra with the what's up?
what's up?
What's up, Wade? Thanks for being here.
Hi.
Hi, Bethany.
Hello.
Yes, Albert, it is. I do. Contrary to popular. Which way do I go?
That way.
Popular belief, like Hollywood. Sometimes. Hey, Goglethan and Duff. I like that I'm like a separate piece of this now.
You left us for a little while there on your journeys on the ocean.
You had 2 lives by yourself.
Yeah, that was a long time, man.
We've taken over. No.
I don't know about takeover. I am so much more comfortable just sitting back and having a drink while Duff hits the buttons. I don't like hitting buttons on the live. I can hit buttons on a podcast when it's not live.
So yeah, if any of you missed their duo episodes, they're Goglethan. That's what they go by now.
That's our name.
It's true. It's perfect.
So refer to them as nothing else. Goglethan 1
Goglethan.
and 2. You guys decide who's 1 and who's 2. What's up,
I think it would
Paris?
be we could go by age or in order we joined the podcast, and I still would be 1.
Moving on. Oh yes, I know someone else who went to a ghost show too.
I did. I don't know really anything about them, but it was an entertaining time. So yeah, I had a blast, and I'm glad you had a blast as well.
Andrew, glad that you're saying fuck work. I'm gonna watch 365 instead. Appreciate that.
Feel that.
Let's see. Oh yeah, we actually had this happened to a friend as well. They're being
Oh
very
no.
strict with this. It's like if your window is over and it was down for rain, they're like, oh, too bad, sorry. So I'm sorry to hear that, C-Town.
Oh.
That sucks. Mark, thanks for joining us. What's
Hello.
up? Let's see. No. That's not
Wait,
true.
wait till I tell you about the one word he says weird. I'm not gonna do that right now.
What's up online? Thanks for joining us.
What's up?
Always a pleasure having you here.
Hello.
3-6 live.
Happy you can make it to Logan. Hell yeah. Hopefully we don't
Logan.
let you down.
Right?
We might.
We'll try.
There are high expectations now.
This is a common sentiment I've been seeing. Yep. Eric, what's up? Thanks for joining us.
Hi,
Hey,
Erica.
oh.
Brittany, thanks for joining.
Brittany.
Appreciate it. Coaster King. It's true.
I don't know
Jonathan
anyone.
does.
Why
it's
do
a
you
song.
owe us a song?
No, I don't. Mr. Gwimbly Man on our Discord, that's their username, was like, oh, if Terrifier is announced, you have to sing the Clown Cafe song. And I never said yes to that, ever.
Oh,
there was
what?
never a point where I said yes to that. So, no.
Why? Yeah, why? Is my...
because they want it.
Oh, okay.
I'm no, thank you. Singing in the Chucky voice.
Which would you
No.
rather do, the Riz face or sing the Clown Cafe song?
I choose none. I choose none of
that
these
was not
options.
an
What about
option I
both
gave
at
you.
the same time?
Ooh. Or you could
Mm.
do the cringy Five Nights at Freddy animatronic trend from TikTok where you like pretend to be an animatronic.
What,
Those
you
are your
just
three
go like
choices.
this, and then you're like,
No, I think you have to like lip sync to a song and everything. It's like a
Oh.
whole cosplay thing.
Coming soon to our TikTok.
Ooh.
No,
Okay, so
I
you
don't
have
think so.
No, you have three choices on your one of the three things you're gonna do for TikTok.
I mean, I guess the animatronic thing's the least terrible.
Ooh, that's the
maybe
least one I would want to do.
I don't know. I
Wait,
gotta see the
what-
trend.
Did you make like a bet or something about this? Is that
No.
what people... Oh, this is like
No,
a Alex thing.
I think it was like a bet that they made for him.
Mm-mm.
I don't think
That
Jonathan
doesn't hold.
actually agreed,
No.
but I want it to happen. So
when 365 members make bets, we always follow through. When Alex on our Discord server made a bet that if Jason was announced, he'd ride Fallon all day. It was announced he rode Fallon all day. So when we do make bets, we do follow through. This was not a bet that I made. No, thank you.
Oh God.
What's up, Jason? Thanks for joining us. And I think oh wait, hold on.
Oh, I
Jonathan,
see it.
I think you're cooked.
What? No.
$5 to make you sing.
There's no. I don't even know the words to that song. I just
Listen. We got a whole show here. This is gonna be like 2 hours long. You got time to look this up and figure it out, okay?
I can vamp for a moment. I watched the second one on Saturday.
Oh, was it good?
It's a movie. I do think it's interesting because I really when I watched the first one, I had just like gotten over my like fear of watching like worse horror movies, like right in the pandemic and everything. And now I'm like so desensitized that I was just sitting there going like, yeah, right on. Yeah, he would do that. Like nothing really made me go, ooh, like I thought it would, but I know I need to watch the third one still, but like it was fine. It was exactly what I expected it to be. I don't dislike these movies, so I think it's gonna be fun. I just go, ooh, that's gonna be really wet in the house. That's all I just kind of kept telling myself is how wet it was gonna be.
Also, Arkham, you're missing something. We'll get to it. And also, guy, hey, what's up, Howling Hour? We just talked about the money you gave us. That was rude. That was very rude. We'll talk about it more, but I think the answer is pretty much no. It's
yeah.
It's
selling though. It's
for
definitely selling.
For this though, stay tuned, baby. Stay tuned. That's all we'll say. Let's see here. Well, we'll do a couple questions before we get into stuff here. Do you think we're still getting the Wyatt 6 announced Thursday or Friday?
I'll raise my hand. I have an answer.
Yes, please.
I know. Shocking. I want to talk about the Wyatts.
Crazy.
No, I don't think it's going to be this week because of all the originals. I think it's going to be. There's been like tweets and stuff that like relate to the 29th for some reason, or like that week. And that's also the week of SummerSlam. SummerSlam is that weekend. So I think it's going to be that week, which would potentially make that like one of the last IPs. But like it is one of the last IPs anyways. But you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I just don't think it's going to be this week.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got. It's not going to turn into a podcast.
I believe you.
Same.
That's fine.
I don't know anything, but I am going to SummerSlam. So if I get to sit there and see HHN house like promotions, my body might like, I might like ascend out of my body or something. I don't know. But I do think they're next on the stained glass because my art's not here. It's at Duff's house. But
Oh yeah, I still have it. We'll get
I
that
haven't
to you
seen it.
eventually.
But yeah, WWE's. I don't think WWE is even going to be in the center.
No.
That
No,
makes
I
no
think
sense.
we know who's there.
Yeah, Freddie or Springtrap, whoever's right on that bet.
Oh, it's got to be Freddie.
Hopefully
That's what I'm saying,
Springtrap,
but
but-
Jonathan says it's
But it's-
Springtrap.
Do you think so?
I don't think Freddie fits with the rest of them. I think Springtrap's like actually like in terms of aesthetics.
Aesthetically, sure, but also like if you're promoting Five Nights at Freddy's with one character.
That's true.
Freddie.
We'll see. Dead by Daylight, when they add a character in their game, they chose a character. They're like Springtrap. They chose that one. They didn't choose Freddy Fazbear, that you would think. So I don't know. It depends on who they want to promote as like the main antagonist of this house. Which would be Springtrap, technically. But we'll see. I don't know. Freddie would market more.
Moving on. MC Films, you've been to enough lives to know that, yes, we are Vamp 365. Vamping is what we do best. We like to hear ourselves talk. That's why we have a podcast.
Might be the best pun I've.
Oh.
We need a logo for that.
We can whip it up. Well, we can't.
T-shirt.
We could pay someone to whip it up.
That should be a t-shirt. I'm sorry. Just a little microphone. Oh my goodness.
No. Aaron, thanks for joining for your first live.
Hello.
Appreciate it. Hope we haven't run you off already.
Right.
We might have. It's possible. Sorry.
Don't
What's
leave.
up, Entertainment Connection? Thanks for joining us. Glad you could be here.
Hello.
We're not clashing with a hotline / Entertainment Connection / TLEV stream, so that's nice. Appreciate that.
Yeah. For now. It'll happen again when we can't do a Tuesday.
All right, let's see. Just make sure I'm not missing anyone who's joined us here. All right, I think we're pretty good. So let's get into what we're actually going to discuss today. A lot of announcements. A lot of announcements, as everyone knows. Where do we want to start it off, guys? What are we thinking? How are we feeling?
I kind of want to get right into the scare zones.
Scare zones?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, we can do
All right.
zones.
Let's do it. Scare zones, and this is for Orlando only. Hollywood has not yet announced any of their scare zones, but it seems like Orlando will be announcing most likely all of their scare zones this week. Starting yesterday, which would have been Monday, we got our first scare zone announcement, which is the origins of horror, which I forgot to pull up the blurb.
Wait, I have them
Thank you.
from the TikToks. Vamp 365.
Sing, Jonathan, sing.
Somebody
Please.
put the Clown Cafe lyrics in the they did. I'm just saying, if you really want to.
Oh, did they? Did they?
They did. I think it's
Oh.
funny because now that I'm reading it, I'm like, oh, I kind of remember that.
Oh.
Okay. Enter a decaying conservatory of twisted vines where artists carve tributes to Halloween Horror Nights 34. You'll encounter monstrous crows, gargoyles, and more.
So, obviously, off the bat, it's very much the aesthetic we've been seeing throughout preview merch and some of actually all the trailers. So it's fitting. Makes sense. It's going to be the overarching theme. And I think all of us think it's a really cool look. And any complaints about how that's going to be?
I don't think so. They hinted at the panel, and according to the spec map, that this looks like the entrance zone, which would make sense. In that whole area, with everything they're saying that's going to be in it, and the way that the lighting's looking right now, I think the entrance zone is going to go back to the way it used to be. I think we're moving all the way down Minions again, and we're going to make it like an actual zone. this year. That's my assumption, just the way the lighting looks, and with everything they're saying in here, that's going to be in here. There's a lot. And I mean, it's exciting. I think it's a great way to set up the event. It's nothing I'm going to be too hyped for because it's going to be an entrance zone. But I hope that they can at least do better than the 2 previous ones, and sort of just make it what it used to be again in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there was also further details from Ramon Paradoa, who's a creative director or show designer for Orlando, basically saying that Sergio Navarro, who is the protagonist in El Artista, the original house, basically will be the head of this zone. You'll hear his voice throughout it. So he's going to kind of, we don't know if we'll see him, but he's going to be kind of the centerpiece of this scare zone. So kind of taking on an almost icon-like status in that way.
Iconic character.
Iconic character. Yeah, that's what they call it.
Iconic character. So, okay, Jonathan, when you mean like all the way through Minions, do you mean like use what they've been using plus Minions, or just go back to Minions?
Probably just go back to Minions. Like probably just, I'm assuming just do that how they used to do it. Down there instead of using that strip that we've been using that we started with Oddfellow. I don't think they'd want to use that. I feel like they would just do the normal, but I mean, I guess it could be both technically. I didn't really think about that. But no, I personally think it's just going to be that strip again.
Be cool if the like if they were to do both, like have the where the trusses have been and Minions, like plus that, if they could make like the conservatory like the circle where the trusses are.
Ooh.
Maybe not like a roof. I don't know how they'll do that, but you know what I mean, like lighting and whatnot. But and then like continue on. I wish like it's kind of like what we wanted with Oddfellow or with Sinister and Surreal, where like they had 2 clear paths, and I wish like the conservatory could go in like a Y down to Minions and down to Hollywood.
That'd be
just
cool.
Like, if they could. I don't think they ever could, but also like what about the houses? And so for my brain is like, well, it has to be down by Minions now, because if all the houses are entering in that area because of the construction for Rocket, which we don't know, that's just speculation still, but that's just what makes sense to me. Like the zone has to be out of the way, so then push the zone even farther back and have it be like Minions into Music Plaza down to like Transformers back road. Like, I don't know. There's so many possibilities because we don't know what's going to happen this year because of all this construction.
Changes a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I'd also like to bring up this comment from Deej here. It's a good point. Laura Sauls said, "We'll be immersed as we walk towards Music Plaza." Sounds very much like they're pushing harder to make them larger. If that is to be taken literally, it would sound like the opening scare zone would stretch further into Minions now. Does she mean that literally, or is it just kind of like a look how immersive everything is because, marketing and wanting to hype it up? Maybe. But the way she words it, what she says, sounds like they might be expanding it a little bit more than we've seen the past couple of years. And I hope that's true, because that would be a huge win, because these past 2 years, while I liked Oddfellow in his zone, that zone overall still didn't fully work for me just because of the space it had to use. So I think expanding it further would help so much.
Yeah.
And we don't need to talk about last year's attempt at a scare zone.
No, that was not a scare zone, even if it officially was. A question I have, though, is in the description, it says monstrous crows, right? Do we think that the Hollywood crows, they're going to use them in some way for Orlando?
They'd be so stupid not to. I know we kind of went away from stilts last year in the last couple of years, but they're so nice. And I feel like Hollywood has more of a clusterfuck in their streets than we do.
Oh, absolutely.
They can figure it out. We can figure it out.
Yeah, I think if you're going to bring in crows in any kind of focal point, then they're right across the country. Just take them. Just use them. I think that's one of the coolest crow designs you could possibly make.
Yeah.
I don't think you can beat it, honestly.
Viral.
Yeah.
They literally make content themselves, just bobbing to the music. Like it, I don't know. I feel like they'd be so stupid not to. And if these crows are anything but that, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, I kind of agree here.
Yep. DC Thrills. First of all, thanks for joining. Second of
What's
all, this is the
up?
first thing we've talked about. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything.
Yeah, no.
We got called Vamp 365 for how much we were talking before about nothing. So let me go to a couple comments I highlighted here. Always gotta make the Hollywood joke. Where's Origins of Horror? Got the Z. Got to do it. Christine Bean, thank you for reminding us. We never say it, but if you'd like to like this video, please. It helps a lot more than we realized when we started YouTube. So if you're enjoying it, or if you're not, you just want to be nice, give it a like, please. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then also, this is kind of what I would like this to be as far as an opening zone. Really hoping this zone is like the front zone from HHN 28. I personally love an intro zone that gives a preview to the event. Obviously, that's kind of the approach every year for the most part. I think 28 did it very well. And then kind of on the flip side, 29 also just doing it very well as a general aesthetic overview. Either of those two, I think, are great examples of a good way to pull off an opening zone. Probably never going to be your favorite, but it can be effective at least.
That's his whole purpose. Get people who are walking into HHN for the first time to get immersed in what the event is this year. It doesn't need to be anything extravagant as long as it conveys the theme really well and has, decent amount of actors and some good scares in it. Like, that's all you need, really.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But that is not the only scare zone we had announced, as earlier today we had our second scare zone announcement in Orlando, Masquerade Dance with Death. Jess,
I
if
forgot.
you would.
I was like, wait, I feel like I have to do something. You're invited to a masquerade ball where bloodthirsty vampires lurk behind ornate disguises. When their masks fall, you'll become their prey.
So good.
I just want to sing Masquerade from Phantom, but I'm not going to torture you guys on this live stream with that.
Well, someone needs to sing, and it's not
No.
Jonathan, apparently.
It's not going to be me. I can promise. I did not make a bet.
I didn't either.
Somebody else is singing. There, Hotline is singing it right now in the chat for us.
Oh, there we go.
Hold
and
on.
Hannah, thank you. They got it. Also, Duff, I realized this is when I become Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, this is the moment. This is the moment.
Earlier, we're like, we're fine.
Here's the thing. I swear I'm way to get 3 people in a row. Sorry. It doesn't work any other way.
We need to take turns because I'm down here fighting for my life.
I'll just get rid of them quicker. Yeah, so this has been rumored for a while. This is rumored to be in Hollywood, the section of the park in Orlando, not the park Hollywood, obviously. It sounds cool. I know a lot of people are super into this kind of aesthetic. They seem to have a masquerade scare zone of some sort, like once a decade, basically. So this is our 2020s representation for a masquerade scare zone. And honestly, they're always pretty good. So far, the 2 I've seen, enjoyed them. I'm hoping this keeps up with that trend. And then also it adds in the whole vampire thing going on here. So a little twist. And I know I'm not the only one excited that we're getting original vampires that is not within the Vamp franchise finally. It has been so long.
Yes.
That's the first thing I said when I saw the announcement. Like, it doesn't say Vamp. Let's go. It can just be its own thing. It does not need to rely on, it's going to rely on music because it's a masquerade, obviously. But it's not going to be like the main focal point, which is something I'm really excited for. They get to change the formula a little bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit, probably, with this.
Yeah. I'm excited because the only original vampires I've seen were Hive.
That's true. Not the best representation we've had.
Not at all. First house ever. I'm going to say that till I die because what a choice. So I'm excited, but also this is just so up my alley. Obviously, masquerade drama. I don't know anything. I just hope, I said this on the TikTok, that this maybe takes inspiration from 7 and the masks actually do come off and that's part of the story and it develops throughout the night or throughout the shift. I don't know. That's just a hope for me because they're saying when the masks fall off, you become their prey. So to me, that we're getting something in the story.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it really, and we talked about this when it was rumored a bit, but it really sounds like there could be kind of a two sides to the scare zone. Thinking back a while, I bet I'm sure there's more options, but 7 having like basically a coin or not, like you just stop when the song changes and you have something completely new. Maybe something like that, where it's kind of more of a traditional, like a masquerade ball, the dancing. I'm sure a few scares in between, and then it just kind of gets intense when the music drops and changes.
That'd be cool.
I'd be very into that.
Yeah. I do like that both key art. I didn't like it at first, actually. That both of them are in the conservatory. Like we have that background, but now I like it. I'm like, okay, we're cohesive. I'm curious to see where we go tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really seemed like from the panel and now from the key art, they heard our complaints about last year that nothing meshed together well at all. Everything was a mishmash of themes and music and icons, and nothing actually was cohesive. And they're saying, all right, all the zones are going to be connected in some way by using this key art. The theme is going to be throughout the entire event. A character in a house is going to be related to a zone now. So they're really trying to connect a lot of it. And it seems like they're trying to fix the problems from last year. And I really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And then we're expecting the rest of the scare zones to get announced this week. Obviously, we won't have another live till next week, but Jess, you're doing them every day on TikTok as they come out, it seems. So if you guys want to check that out, you could get a daily update on what we think, or at least what Jess thinks about the scare zones.
My opinion, but
Yeah.
It's usually we kind of share, and I don't
Hive
say my
mind.
own personal. Yeah, we do have a hive mind over here, and not hive the house.
No.
Which I saw a comment. I that's part of why I don't like it. It was supposed to be Conjuring, and that's one of my favorite modern franchises. But you can hear me talk about that over the last 5 years of my podcast career. But yeah, no, just general, like whatever we catch, that's what I talk about. Whatever is pointed out to me in our group chat usually.
Oh, we're represented. I love it.
There's a hive mind, yeah. I'm just the face, I guess. This little corner of my office is the face.
Let's see. Entertainment Connection. If we aren't getting Universal Monsters House, do you think this could be a scare zone hosted by the Phantom? I don't think it'll be any IP version of Phantom. However, could they have their own original version of Phantom? Maybe that's possible.
It is.
That's definitely
Ooh.
possible.
Or maybe the monsters are represented somewhere. I don't know, in the masks or whatever. We don't know. We don't know. Like Masquerade, Vampire. It could be anything. It's a masquerade.
Yeah.
It could be a costume masquerade. It could be just like a. I almost said a word I don't know if I could say on YouTube. Whatever. We're just gonna keep it going.
I'm so curious. Oh my god.
See you next Tuesday. I just feel like that might be a little intense for YouTube. Yeah, but a little masquerade,
But yes, it should be that. That's what I need and expect out of this, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
So, especially at HHN, like that's what they do. That's what they do. Correct. Listen to DC Thrills. Killing it. Killing it.
You're also killing it though. Like
Absolutely.
Also killing it.
I won't lie. Like killing it.
Anything else about scare zones before we move? Let me see.
Robbie gets it.
Yeah, Robbie agrees. Yep.
The charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent zone.
And I'm also going to bring up
There you
Albert
go.
here because I saw this a lot on social media where people are comparing it to the scene from Van Helsing where they have the masquerade, which aesthetically, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it for sure.
100%.
I could see that being a full-on inspiration for what we get here.
Yeah.
All right, so that is all we have for scare zones for now. We'll have some more to talk about next week, but we do have another huge announcement, obviously, and that is going to be the bi-coastal house announcement of the long rumored Terrifier franchise. It is finally come. It took longer than expected. I thought this was going to be like a kick the season off like announcement, but they really just kind of shoved it here at the back end, didn't they?
They did.
You say shoved it. I say put it with the multi-night tickets.
I mean, okay, yeah. Shove is a bad way to put it, but yes.
What a way to like downplay the moment all fucking Orlando locals wait for. Fuck both of you.
Well, that's the thing. I was worried about my tickets, not a house.
Well, correct. It's fine. but how dare you say that? And I'm not even the biggest Art the Clown fan. Y'all really just downplayed this man like he wasn't with the frequent Fear Pass release.
To be fair, I was trying to give him more representation.
I get it, but you I think that this is a big moment.
No, it is. It is. It is.
It's
multi-night
crazy.
tickets. Correct.
But I get what you guys are saying. It should have been like one of the first.
The fact that this originally indie film that ended up, going crazy at the box office now is like with the multi-night, with the Frequent Fears, which is usually your headliner. Your headliner is usually with the Frequent Fears. So that, this year there's a couple options that you could say are headliners, honestly, but it is crazy to think about the growth this property has had.
Mm-hmm. And then before we get too far into it, I will read the blurb from HHN about this house. The Terrifier isn't clowning around. I don't like that part. That's so corny. Oh my god. Nothing can prepare you for this grisly haunted house based on all three of Damien Leone's Terrifier films. Try your luck against the sadistic Art the Clown in his twisted funhouse. Witness Art's gleefully grotesque handiwork of torture. You'll be left literally dripping with terror and drenched with fear. It's a whole new level of gore.
Literally dripping with terror.
If what we've heard is to be believed, yes. Yes. Also, as everyone predicted, like literally everyone, when this was announced, they'd pitch it as like the goriest thing they'd ever done. And yes, they absolutely are.
Mm-hmm.
They took that opportunity and ran with it. We'll see if it's true. I mean, I guess it could be. I don't want to act like it's impossible, but I mean, I wouldn't expect the goriest thing they've ever done.
I don't know.
We'll see. I have hope.
Believe them.
I have hope.
I believe them.
Just not expectation.
Yeah. I'm trying not to have any, but I feel like all of the IPs this year are fun. That they're still the rumored ones or the not announced ones. But like this one, I feel like the actors are going to be the magic. And that's what I'm excited to see. Like, it's gonna be gory, it's gonna be wet. They've already told us that. I want to see what these people take these characters and like what they make of it by the end of the run. That's what I'm excited to see for Terrifier, because that's really what these movies are. It's like the gore and the fun of art. Fuck the little pale girl though. She makes me more uncomfortable than Art the Clown ever does. I will say that.
I also have the creepy kid thing. That's what gets to me. Creepy kids. That's why I love you, Graveyard Games.
Different. I would never look those precious baby angels in the face in Graveyard Games.
Baby angels.
They are baby angels compared to the pale girl.
Okay, fair.
Have you seen?
No,
two?
I've not seen two.
Oh,
not seen two.
Yep. But yeah, I'm excited to see what the actors do with these characters.
Yeah, it's definitely really important to the house, because I don't think the gore matters if art isn't art.
Right.
Like you have to have both, and I know Orlando sometimes that can be tricky because you are regulated to a lot of the times to boo holes, to just trigger, jump scare, go back. But I feel like with this house in particular, especially with some scenes that that they've talked about, and we'll get to, that you need art interacting with a victim. Or interacting with the mannequin, and they can't just pop out of a boo hole. Like, there has to be a scene that happens to show what happens. In those moments, like, you can really let Art the Clown not only interact with whoever he's torturing, but also be able to interact with you in some way too. And those scenes could make the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely something for me that they also can't just fully lean on the gore. I think, and a lot of people have said this in the comments as well, is that Art is this franchise. And he's not just some gory, murderous clown. I guess he is. But also it's his it's the fun character he plays, and the comedic mannerisms, like that's such a huge part of what makes this franchise anything, honestly. If it was just the gore, this probably makes it nowhere. Probably doesn't have a second film, to be completely honest. So they're really going to have to play on what art does best as well, and not just fully lean into the gore. So combining those two and finding that right balance could be tough, but if they hit it right, it could be the best IP or best house of the year pretty easily.
Oh yeah. Out of all the IPs announced so far, I think this is the one like right now I'm the most excited for, because it seems like everybody's on board. Like everybody's excited. Damien Leone, the creator of Terrifier, seems really hyped for it. Obviously, you would be if your property was being featured at Halloween Horror Nights. We'll get to it, but Ramon, who's sort of leading the house, is very excited about it. John Murdy on Hollywood's Coast is very excited about it. Everyone has so much hype for this project that it's hard not to feel that in some way, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we always kind of, especially for Hollywood, look at how excited is John Murdy for this property as like the barometer of like how excited we should be. And it's feeling like that on the Orlando side for this house this year too, where it's like they're very into it too. And like usually Orlando, they're like, yeah, we're excited. Done. This year, they're like really giving us a lot of excited like energy and extra details about Terrifier that they normally don't. So they must be very hyped for this. So it's something that normally I would be very concerned about on how they pull this off. But man, the way they're acting, it's going to be hard not to trust their execution.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll get to our hype lists not too long away here, but
oh my god, it's so soon at this point.
I know. This will be higher up than I expected in like March or something.
I feel like I just need to vocalize this before like we get to hype season. I feel like I'm so hard-headed that I can't put WWE anywhere near the top because that's what everybody expects me to do. Like literally, I've been thinking about it silently. I'm just like, it can't be within like the top 4 because everybody's gonna be like, of course. So now I'm like, fuck.
Just out of spite, gonna keep it down.
No, absolutely. Come on, you guys know me. I would do that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking.
That's why I said I'm very hard-headed. Like I don't want to put it at 1 or 2 because everybody's gonna be like, of course.
Yeah.
Or Jason. I can't put him there either.
You're gonna get it either way you put it, to be fair. So
it's gonna be up at the top regardless, but like, you know what I mean. That's it. I just needed to vocalize it.
No, yeah, that's
understandable.
Fair. So let me get to a few comments here, and I think this is one thing we want to talk about a bit because we have heard a lot more about it. Jason says, I'm a bit afraid the overemphasis on getting wet/drenched will set up a letdown. Hot tub Walking Dead Redux. Yeah, that was a big disappointment for sure. If you don't know what Jason's talking about, literally Walking Dead zombie in like a little bathtub. That's all the scene was. Like it was a kiddie pool, yeah. So yeah, it was a letdown. They are hyping this up a lot. Not only within the blurb itself, every creator we've heard from about it has brought this up. We've heard bring your umbrellas. We've heard bring your ponchos from people who worked on this or around people who worked on this. Do we fully buy in that you're going to get that drenched, as they say?
I'm like in the middle. I think you will get, my assumption is you're going to get more wet than you ever have in a haunted house, like an HHN house. Like it will be more than your average water spray, right? However, and actually Michael hints that whatever this is referring to is in the finale, because he said like, and by the finale or something, he had a Facebook post like, by the finale you're gonna need your ponchos or something like that. So it's probably gonna be some big moment or something that happens near the end or somewhere like that. So I assume that it's gonna be a water spray that is more than your average water spray, but nothing drenched enough that would like ruin guest night. Because they can't do that. They can't actually like in the middle of HHN, the guest waits 2 hours for this house. They walk through and then all their clothes that they just bought are just drenched in water. And they have to walk the whole day with like soggy shoes and so that wouldn't work. But I think you can have a decent amount of water and still be fine. So yeah, if that's the answer, more than your average water effect, but not too much to ruin someone's day.
I agree with you. I feel like I would specify it more as like, if your shoes can stay dry, it's fair game. Because your body can dry. Your shoes will stay wet. That's kind of like where my thought process is. Or there's something bigger that we're not considering.
Yeah, it's true.
That could be happening where it's like a choice, or a poncho is offered before you enter the scene. They have like the little like instead of, the budget for like 3D glasses, it went to disposable ponchos.
Art the Clown just hand you a
intended.
poncho, just like, here
It's
you go,
intended,
get ready.
Yeah, it's something at the Clown Cafe. They just, here you go, and you can say yes or no.
That's why you stop on by the Clown Cafe to get ponchos.
Jonathan, you're like halfway singing it already. Are you gonna keep taunting them, or are you gonna fucking sing the song?
No.
The way I've been looking at it is kind of like, it'll be enough where you will say like, I feel wet, like typically from a single water effect. Oh jeez. From a single water effect, it's just like in the moment you're like, but you don't feel wet afterwards. I think it'll be enough to the point where you're walking away like, oh yeah, I do feel a little wet or damp, but not soaked, because that'd be insane. But we've already alluded to it. Let's bring this part up now. Where are we at with the dual ending rumor, wet versus dry side? It kind of might be more than a rumor at this point, as it's been talked about by creative directors themselves, or at least alluded to by them, I should say. So it sounds like there's a very good chance we're going to have a choose thy fate situation here, where you're going to have the dry or the wet side. So if they make that abundantly clear, do they care how wet you get on the wet side?
No,
because
I don't think
it's
so.
like, not only like, does it not matter? You're at a theme park, you can get wet. It happens. Like, we warned you directly before. We said wet, dry, and you chose wet. That's on you.
Yeah, and I did see. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I saw a comment like before that was like, well, how wet can you be without people slipping? But like, as long as there's like, in my head, they build it up a little bit, like whatever platform we're walking onto, like just a little bit, and it's elevated and there's drainage, and then you're just on the rubber mats regardless. But they're going to definitely have to build drainage in, and I guarantee you that that's going to be something that they talk about on Unmasking, is like how wet the wet path had to be like designed for. And that's why I want to take Unmasking this year. Like, I want to hear about how, if this is true, how they made it happen. That's saying it is on Unmasking. That's assuming 5 Nights is the house that's emitted.
Oh, now I have questions about which one will be emitted. Oh man,
I think it's gonna be 5 Nights because they don't want people touching the puppets.
Yeah, maybe.
But Terrifier is gonna have 0 photos available.
Huh?
Like, that's my assumption.
Do you think they're just gonna outright say like wet path or like my assumption is that it's just like what there's if whatever this rumor is true, right? You have 2 doors and one's like a safe path and one's like a, scary path or something like that. If what the description was alluding to, and the facade that we can see, that if this whole place takes place inside of a fun house, if that's where we are basically the whole time, it could be like one of those fun house doors, like it, when you went in the haunted house and there was like the scary door and then the not so scary door. Like, you think that's what they're going to do? Or are they literally going to be like, hey, this side you're going to get really like drenched, and this side you're going to, like you chose wisely. I don't know if there being 2 sides necessarily means on the wet side you're really going to get that wet where, or whatever. Because I don't, they have to find a creative way to say that without, like ruining the immersion of the house itself.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It could take you out of it if there's literally just a sign about you get wet or you don't.
Or an attendant.
So I guess, yeah, technically, I get where you're going. I still do lean towards it being literally a wet and a dry side, and it not being left up to chance, like them giving you the option completely. Because there are some people who just hate getting wet. Like, they will be furious if they get wet, and they're going to want to avoid those people for sure getting wet. So how they pull that off, like you said, it has to be themed. It has to be themed somehow. It's
I wish it was fake blood. I know, but like, a little part of me just really wants like that experience, like going like front row to Guar show.
Mm-hmm. Listen, it would be cool. They cannot do that.
Yeah.
Even if it's like, yeah, you could get it out. It won't stain. The fact you have to get anything out of your shirt will not be okay with people.
I know.
You can have Art the Clown in the middle of both paths, right? And just like trying to convince people to go in the wet one. Just like, you know, he like looks like, and the other one he goes, you know, like just the mannerisms he does, and you know, and just boos the people going on the dry side, and tries to convince people to go on the wet side. That would be a fun way to do it.
It just keeps honking the horn.
Yeah. Mm. I mean, the thing is, with how goofy he is, they could have like a parody version of the like "you will get wet" theme park signs, and use that to their advantage with him being goofy about it. Like
that could work.
Yeah, it's directly telling you, but with this character, like you can make that a goofy little piece that is also true.
Yeah, make it like that. Maybe that's like the original part, like the and then some in all the descriptions we keep seeing, where it's like, okay, what would Art do if he was at Horror Nights and not in the Chucky Ultimate Kill Count way?
No.
Not in that. No, I rebuke that. But what if it's like, yeah, him like as like a carnival barker, like outside, and it's like very much, yeah, like you will get wet or you will
a silent barker.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah,
it'd be amazing.
That could work. It's a way to get it to fit in as thematically, and then also, you know, people know.
Actually, being a warning on top of it.
And then I will say this is one of my big concerns because it happens a lot with different effects throughout HHN. C-Town says if it is that wet, it'll get turned off after opening weekend from guest complaints. Yep, floors that move, tilted floors in general, rooms that are too dark. We've seen it all. Angels. Things get pulled because of complaints.
Wings.
To be fair, the angels weren't because of guests, but still, it's very common that different effects get pulled because some guests got hurt, or it was just too difficult for too many guests and too many people complained about it. And I'm worried too many people will say, well, it said I'd get wet, but I didn't know I'd get that wet. Yeah. So I could see that being an issue. And I am worried that like come week 2 or October that this thing gets either turned off or toned way down.
We got to do Terrifier as much as we can in the first weekend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Although I'm one of the people who doesn't enjoy getting wet that much. Like obviously I'll do it, but like if I get soaked, I'm not going to do that side often at all.
Oh no. But I want to do it once.
Oh, first time you have to do the wet side. Doesn't matter.
Maybe like a TikTok of like us before the Terrifier wet path, and then us immediately after before the humidity just takes all of it.
Mark it down for opening night. There it is. Boom.
All right. Boom. Mark it down on the list we haven't made.
I didn't actually write anything down, so we're gonna forget that.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I said the list that wasn't. I know we didn't write anything down today.
Remind us, chat. Remind us. Every live, be like, remember what you said? Make that.
They will, and then we won't remember every time.
I don't need to be that immersed. Please quit wetting me.
Oh my
god. Anything else about the house itself, about this announcement? It did come with a trailer, as most do. I don't feel the need to play it. You guys can go watch that separately. We don't need to sit here and watch it with you. But it follows the same aesthetic as every other one has. But this one, I think, has more direct references to Art and Terrifier and a couple Easter eggs as well. I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite because they're all basically the same thing at the end of the day. But it's cool enough, I guess.
Yeah. It had the poinsettias.
Yeah.
The code name. It had the Art Krispies. It had Amazon Cannibals from Planet Hell poster. It's about. Oh, it had the glasses.
Had a cool poster on the right of the TV. There was like a Art is Santa Claus poster, but under it had the Halloween Horror Nights 2025 logo, which makes me think it might be on some merch because that's a random thing to put there, to put the logo there when you didn't need it. in that post on that in that trailer, unless you were wanting to sell it somewhere or put it on something. Maybe
They just had it drawn up,
Yeah, just for the trailer. Like that's it. No,
I mean, you're right. It is a new, unique design with the HHN logo. So, like, did they really just make that to throw it in the trailer? I don't know. That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
when they have like just pictures from the movie, like just stills from the movie on like the right of the house, like because they could just do a still from the film because they were allowed to do that with the other pictures, and they could have just put a still right there. But they made something, so whenever they make something, it makes me think there's a reason for it.
Yep. And then just one more piece before we move on to the merch that came with this. To clarify, Dustin asks, in the house, do you think there'll be original scenes or stuff just from the movies? They actually directly told us that there will be original pieces of this house. So we're going to get a lot of what we saw, the best of art, if you will, and then also some original takes as well. But let's move on to the merch that we've got in both Orlando and Hollywood. Wow, look at that. What a cool design, right? It's elongated art.
I don't like it. Really. No. It's like Uncanny Valley. It's like Art the Clown, but it also looks like Valak. I don't like it. I'm sorry. No hate to the artist who made it. They were just following directions.
I just feel bad for Universal Studios at Florida at the end of the day is a family park. And imagine a kid just walking down Hollywood going, da-da-da, and little Timmy looking at this big poster of a big scary man with blood on all in the face with his sharp teeth and just not enjoying that experience of seeing that. It's pretty scary to just put out in the park, just, for everyone to see.
Yeah.
It's not like Walton Goggins or something.
Right. I'm sorry. And somebody thought I said phallic. Valak, the nun. Oh. Phallic is funny.
He is a little phallic, to be honest.
I mean, Art the Clown is a phallic character. I will not argue that. But no, Valak, the nun. That's her name.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little of a different opinion here than you guys. I don't think it's the best representation of art necessarily, but I think it is a cool design, especially for like a haunt. I think it's very imposing and intimidating. I think it really features the character that you're going to see. The blood, I think, is done really well. Sometimes it looks like there's just a blood splattered, like tossed on randomly, and this just feels realistic. And I don't know, I like it more than some of the other designs we've seen. However, when we get to the actual merch, don't love it on the shirt. It just kind of takes up the entire shirt, and this makes an off-centered like Terrifier, and it's a ringer, and like, yeah.
I hate when I know that this is because it's the sticky blood, but I hate when something is the same color on a shirt, but it's not the same color. Like the fact that the blood and the Terrifier are not the same red. And it's not how they're photographed. I saw the shirt in person yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because it's sticky blood. It just, I don't dislike the big off to the side, like, design. I don't dislike that at all, but I hate the ringer. Fucking hate it.
I would not wear that shirt, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think for a lot of us, it's also just being a ringer. We're not too into it. And looking at the comments right now, a lot of people don't like ringers either. So, just not my favorite style T-shirt. What can I say? I don't think I'd buy this if it was just a regular shirt either, though, to be honest. I just don't like how this design works on the shirt, just like slapped on it. I wish they would have designed it more specifically for a T-shirt as well.
It's definitely selling, though. People are definitely buying this shirt, I think.
Yeah. Apparently, from people who were there, like as it released, I got there a little bit later. It was like the busiest like merch drop they've had for any announcement.
Wow.
Not just this year, but ever. Like it was slammed. Apparently, they said the bags, like literally, they had to put up a separate rack just to hold more because they were going too fast.
That's crazy.
And like the bag, I mean, sure, I'm not gonna walk around with that, but I guess it's fine. I think this design works better on like a drawstring bag than it does on the shirt, to be fair. So there's that.
Oh, wow. And look, because it's not sticky blood, the reds match.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. I'm just gonna stop.
People do love the sticky blood, and they're happy to see it return.
For a shirt, yeah, but for me it should be a shirt that at least says Horror Nights on it.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah. It's been. Isn't there one other shirt that didn't say it, or am I crazy this year?
No, I think they both said it. It
Did
was
they?
just
Okay.
that the Fallout one had it
Oh,
incorporated.
it's inside.
And then
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, so it is a little strange, and I'm going to pull this up here. The shirt not having Halloween Horror Nights on it somewhere is a little weird. I wonder if Terrifier was maybe a bit tougher to work with branding wise than we would have thought they'd be. Where it really seemed like Damien Leone was like just fully like, yeah, take it. We'll do this. And maybe not so much. Maybe it was a little bit tougher than we realized to get this property and to work out merchandising and all that. I don't know. But let's move on to my favorite thing, and that's because it is a part of our frame, and that's the little frame piece. Is that what we're going to call it? Puzzle piece?
Puzzle piece.
Puzzle piece. Sticky puzzle piece. So he's going in the top right corner. It's sticky.
The back of it, yeah.
Sticky. It sticks.
Okay.
So this one, I forgot to add a photo of the frame after this is added, but it just goes into the top right corner. So this is leaving the bottom right and the middle as the available spaces for the rumored, confirmed Five Nights at Freddy's and the rumored WWE. So still looks cool. It matched everything else. It works. I like it.
Yeah.
Also, it got a completely different design than what we saw on the shirt and the bag. So appreciate that.
Yeah, that's actually Art the Clown.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a good point, Keith. Maybe Universal doesn't want to slap their name on merch with that IP. That could be the case. It's such a gory, intense IP. Maybe
Uno reverse card.
Wow, that's a good point. Honestly, that could be the case.
I don't think it's going to be on the house shirt, but I feel like we've talked about that already.
Yeah, and I think that's probably also due to other IPs. Probably like, no.
Mm-hmm. But I wonder, the only way that we could, we won't even know for sure, but the only way that we could kind of confirm that is if when the actual event merch comes out, will any of it say Horror Nights on it? We will report back.
Figure it out.
We'll see. We got about, is it 45 days?
45 days from today.
45 days.
Well, we'll know before then because the tribute store will open.
Yeah, that's true. We'll know in 44 days or 43 or something like that.
Something.
All right. Anything else Terrifier-wise before we move on to a completely different announcement that we got? I don't know if announcement's the right word. Release?
Release, yeah.
Release. Well, guess what? We got our multi-night tickets in Orlando. Obviously, Hollywood already had theirs. One of the big rumors was that in Orlando, these multi-night tickets would not have Express this year. Well, every single level had Express as an add-on. I'm happy to report. I'm not happy to report, if you have not got them yet, that Ultimate, Frequent Fear Plus, and Frequent Fear all sold out within 20 minutes. So it only remains with Rush of Fear. So if you have not got your Express add-on for anything beyond Rush of Fear, I don't think you're going to get your Express add-on ever. Sorry.
Yeah.
Also of note, before we discuss how we feel about it, there were some price increases as expected every year. They basically matched the average percentage of last year's price increases, in putting officially 2 tickets after tax over $1,000. Just worth pointing out. What do you guys think? How'd the drop go? Did you get what you wanted? Is it what you expected?
I mean, they let us know when it was going to happen.
Yeah. Can't be mad.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a queue system that worked. Same one from Epic, obviously.
Yep.
They did not have that last year. I really liked that. They did it the best way that I think that they could have with limiting them. They made it fair, if you had a heads up. So even for me, who's a teacher, I could have made my lunch break work for that if I needed to.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no qualms, no issues, not mad, but I was priced out of Express this year. I feel like a lot of people are in that same boat.
Same.
But officially could not, because for me it was, do I get express and only go 3 weeks in September, or do I get a ticket and get to go the whole event and like get to go do like my wedding anniversary and shit like that I've come to expect to do at the event in October. So no express this year, but that's okay. I haven't bought my ticket because I don't have the pressure to. And Jonathan and I were texting the day they dropped. There was no pressure and it was lovely.
It was.
Yep.
I knew where I was.
I, on the other hand, did get the express option. I just can't live the standby life anymore. I'm sorry. My legs don't let me. I'm old. It hurts.
It does hurt.
But yeah, I think so. Last year, we'll say we complained about how it went down, like many other people. If you don't remember, basically last year they limited it like this year, but gave zero warning. And previously they never told people when tickets drop. They told you they'd be dropping afternoon, like after 12 p.m. So people knew at noon to be there and ready to go. They had the queue system, like you mentioned, Jess, and like so it operated much better. There was expectations that it probably would be like last year, and these things could sell out. So if you wanted them, make sure you're there on time. So I think, is it perfect still? No, probably not. Do we necessarily agree with the business decisions? Not fully, but with what they offered, I think they did it in a fair manner. And that's what matters most at the end of the day. As long as they gave people the opportunity to get what they want and not pull the rug from under you. That's the most important thing, I think.
Exactly.
But like you said, priced out of Express, I know several people actually who waited in queue, saw the price, and went, never mind, not this year. It's got to that point where it's like they're hitting those higher numbers where you just look at them and it's intimidating.
It makes you do that pretty much.
It makes you do that. So yeah, it's and like, listen, they sell out. Like, they're gonna make money. They're gonna maximize what they can profit wise. So I get it. But man, it's tough to see so many people just say, "Well, I used to do this, but I can't now. I just can't afford that."
Yeah, it's what they had to do because I mean the choices were either not sell them at all, because it's clear they don't really want a ton of people having this pass. They definitely, once again, it never used to be like limited, or at least there was a way higher number. That number would it would take a long time to get reached. Now it's definitely like a quarter of that, if not less, or whatever that number was. So the option was to either literally not sell it at all or price people out. And they chose the second option. And I think that's the fair way to do it. Because if I look at a over $1,000 ticket and I say I can't afford it, that's my fault. That's not the event's fault.
Yeah.
I just can't afford it. It's still technically a good value. It's not like you're not making money at the end of the day by using it. You are. Those express passes can be like sometimes $200, $300 a night, depending on the night you go. Like, you're definitely getting your value out of it. But yeah, this was the fair way to do it, and I can't be upset at it, really.
No, it's not on them. I can't afford it,
and
that's okay. I was mad last year because it wasn't that I couldn't afford it; is that I didn't have a chance.
No one really did.
Yeah. So, and we'll figure it out. And I figured out standby last year, but to me last year, the event wasn't worth spending my hours at, waiting in standby. So I just did what I did and I left.
And last year, everyone was split not by choice. Like, it was a complete, like, if you happen to wake up that early and get the ticket, like some people do, then you got express. And if you wanted to wait like other people do, you didn't. And that was not by anyone's choice. That was just by, no information given. And that's what split up so many groups. But, this year they said, this is your time. So, there should be a lot less of that problem this year, I think.
We had a day to figure it out. So everybody got to chat with their people and figure it out.
The only thing I feel bad for is there are people who like work in jobs where, like, if they have a meeting at noon, they have a meeting at noon and there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, there are some problems.
Or people who can't have their phone out or whatever. Like, they can't make that time.
I can't have my phone out in front of the kids. So, like, if we had no heads, like last year, I had no heads up.
Mhm.
and I was with the kids. Even though it's summer and it's lighter,
Still not out there. Yeah.
if TCF walks in, I lose my job, y'all.
Yep.
So many theme park workers. You can't have your phone out
No.
if
And
you're
you don't choose when your break is either. So
No.
No. Yep.
even with the warning, like, yeah, it sucks for you too. I know it. Again, it wasn't perfect, and I don't know there is a perfect way to do this. The only perfect way to do it is like no limitations on anything and give everyone a shot. But then come the event, that could have some consequences.
hmm
So it's really tough to balance. I understand, but I think huge improvement over last year at the very least. So good job, Universal.
We're on the way. We're
Yeah.
making the right choices.
Last year we were yelling at you. This year we're like, okay, good. I like that.
We're
Improvement.
taking the blame this year.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
We're not mad, and we're gonna figure it out. That's what we keep saying.
Yep.
Last year it was just bitter feelings, and it wasn't worth waiting around, in my opinion, for houses I didn't love.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This year, I'm gonna be there all night.
hmm
And then we're going to run through all these prices real quick just to give you an idea of where they're at. But quickly, let me go to a couple comments here. DC Thrills, these passes will go up every year until they sell out. Yeah, they absolutely will. They have been since I've been attending and probably since literally year one. Never going to change. We're always going to expect price increases. Really, what did it? Was it 30 to 31 or 31 to 32 had like a 25% average jump or something?
Yeah.
One of those 2 years had the huge jump, and that's like what really set us on this course for insane prices. As long as they don't do that again, I'll survive.
Yeah. Plus was $650 in 2021. I would just like to say that.
Yeah.
With Express.
So I think it was 31 where it made that huge
Mhm.
percentage jump, right? And I think the only reason 30 didn't is because we were coming out of a pandemic and finances weren't necessarily there. Tourism wasn't there yet, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then also, this is kind of an unrelated question, slightly related. Dustin asks, would you say HHN Orlando is more of a tourist-driven event while leans more local, or do they both attract a similar mix of audiences? Assuming this is comparing to Hollywood, I'd say they attract similar audiences on a local side. I think locally they have about the same amount of people coming in. Orlando definitely drives more tourism, though. People fly from all over the country, all over the world to come to HHN in Orlando, and you really don't see that as much in Hollywood, where it's kind of all locals there. Here we have a huge local base, and then tourism on top. So definitely more tourist driven, while maintaining that same local base.
I will say the locals that do go to Hollywood, I don't think they go very often. Like it's Orlando when we get frequent fears, we go however many times a week. I don't know if that's necessarily the case for the people in Hollywood, especially because I think you can do 2 nights of Hollywood and be like, yeah, I got it, and go a couple more times. But I don't know if it's as loyal as it is.
Wasn't Frequent Fear introduced just recently though over there, or re-brought back? It wasn't there for a while, wasn't it?
I think there was. I think it was it just 2021 or something? I think.
Yeah,
I think so.
Or like super limited, like a specific type. Yeah, but there was like they've gone back to having full multi-night ticket availability now.
Yeah.
But still no express add-on option, only for single nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which probably is what stops a lot of people from wanting to go multiple nights, because Hollywood sometimes can get really busy to the point that just not having express makes it not really fun.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so real quick before we move on, let's just go through these prices real quick. Starting with the Rush of Fear Pass, which is the one that just basically gets you in through most of September. Starts at $200. If you wanted the Express add-on, that was $689.99. That's how much a Frequent Fear Plus with Express used to cost just a few years ago. The Frequent Fear Pass, which doesn't have Fridays or Saturdays, starts at $249.99 with Express $829.99. Up to the Plus, which includes everything but Saturdays, starts at $300, which I think still is probably the best value for any single pass. Only missing Saturdays, $300. You get every other night, 40 nights. That's pretty amazing value, to be fair.
Yeah.
However, when you add on Express, that goes up to $949.99 after tax. That is over $1,000, by the way. And the Ultimate Frequent Fear Pass, which is every single night of the event for $419.99. When you added on Express, that was $1,200 before tax. So that's where our prices stand in Orlando. We knew they'd go up. We're not surprised about the prices we're seeing. But when you see them in front of you and you have to pay it, it's like, oh, shit. So.
Yeah, I might get that ultimate this year. $400 is nothing compared to what I used to pay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Saturdays are tempting as a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be a really good day for you. And again, Saturdays, attendance-wise, have been on the downswing. So might want to take advantage of that.
It's true.
And then the one night you'll be there with your pass and standby.
And the first and last Saturday of the event.
Yeah, but you have experience for that night.
Yeah,
At least
true.
I have Jonathan this year. There's more. Next year it's gonna be you, Dove.
No.
Listen, my body can't handle it either. We just cry and take another hit of the vape. That's all we do.
Affirm, Klarna.
No, I'm priced out of even using those. We need two. Two teachers. It's just not. If only they paid teachers more. If only they paid us a little.
It's true.
And they should.
We're not here to talk about that.
We're going to talk about one more ticket and price increase because the premium Scream Night in Orlando has also gone up once again. Originally started at $375, went up to $390, now up to $400. If the data is to be believed, there's just over 1,000 tickets remaining, somewhere around there, for this event that supposedly is capped just under 8,000. So it seems they keep hitting benchmarks where the price will go up a bit. $400 is a lot, but at the end of the day, this is a premium one-night event. I fully expect them to maximize profits. I'm not shocked. I get it.
Yeah.
Go for it, I guess. And at the end of the day, if you price people out and it doesn't sell out, great for the people who are going. Even better.
Yeah.
I think this is going to sell out.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, I think every ticket will be sold for this event. So if you want to go, if you still haven't bought that ticket and you really want to go, we're getting to the last couple weeks here that this ticket's going to be available. I think probably less than that. Like I think it will sell out pretty quickly.
Or for $19 more, you can get an ultimate.
Or do that, which is probably if you live here, that's probably the better bet.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You
know. That's what I'll be doing.
It's a great. If you have one night, you can go to the event,
or like this.
Yeah, like this will be the perfect HHN night, and this is 100% something you can do. Or you have less than 3. Like if you have less than 3 nights that you can go, maybe this is also worth it. But if you can go like once a week, or twice a week or whatever, you can still have fun and do it. I'm sure it's the best time, but I don't know if it's that worth it when you're going that much. It all depends on you and what you can afford and what you're looking for, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great value still, to be honest, for what you get, but it is expensive, and I understand if you don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And Jess, you got a free drink offer, so there you go, for being a teacher.
Thanks, Keith. Oh my God. Well, just look for this hair. It'll be in standby.
Shout out some of our other teachers and former teachers, and Robbie and Mark here.
Yeah, you guys get it. You get it. Especially
so,
preschool.
What do we say we move on to Jess's favorite segment next?
I should swallow that sip of drink.
Take your time. Take your time.
I need a warning for when this is coming.
That was your warning. What else do you
I need
want?
a better warning. Murdy tweets.
All right.
Oh, I like that this is the first one we did.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. So, yeah, Murdy, of course, was talking. There's been an announcement. That's what he's going to do. And he gave us a few fun things. This first one here probably being my favorite of them. He's done it previously, saying, I just killed an influencer / content creator long distance. Well, on film, at least. Wonder what my kill count for that is now. We're filming all the video content for HHN Hollywood today. He does add on when asked by TLEV Media, or he responds to TLEV Media by saying it wasn't an HHN content creator, more like people who break into abandoned places and make videos. So Kevin Heimbach's not getting killed this year in a house.
Damn.
No.
It's going to be someone unrelated to our direct community, it sounds like.
I was hoping for a three-headed podcaster that looked like the three of us.
That'd be so good.
Be perfect.
Imagine.
Could be like the creature from Evil Dead Rise.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
Oh,
on the little wheels that just push it out.
you can only tell it's us because one will have a mustache, one will have purple and green hair, and Duff. I don't know what you want your identifier to be, but we'll figure it out.
A big nose.
I wasn't gonna say that. That's just mean.
But I can say it.
You can say it. I can't.
It's true. The way this is sounding, this tweet is sounding, I think it could be either two houses. Either Jason Ultimate, I was gonna say Jason Ultimate Kill Count. Jason Universe.
Juck or Tuck. It's Juck
Exactly.
or Tuck.
I know this is referring to Evil Dead Rise, but I'm taking that a different way.
Oh.
Sorry.
Anyways, either Jason or I think the more likely answer is Terrifier, because I'm pretty sure that's in an abandoned fun house. I think is it, Jess? You finished the film. Is it abandoned, that fun house?
I'm sorry. One more time. I was not listening.
Oh, and Terrifier 2, like the fun house at the end, is it like an abandoned place or is it?
I don't know if the carnival is abandoned. I wasn't really paying attention. I was kind of getting a little bored at that point until he got stabbed in the crotch. The fun house definitely looks abandoned. Like it doesn't look like it's operating, but I don't know if the carnival is operating. You would think I just watched it. I was really getting bored towards that part. I'm sorry.
I've tried to sit through that movie 3 times and I can't. I have to like stop it after like 30 minutes. I'm like, I'm good. I'm almost there, but the characters aren't doing it for me. And I like Terrifier 3. Terrifier 2 is just I'm getting through it. But
Chris
yeah,
Jericho really made me want to not watch the third one. And I know he's in the post credits, but
I don't think I know who that is.
he's a wrestler.
Oh, okay.
He plays. Oh wait, you haven't finished the second one. Never mind.
No, but that's why I think this is probably Terrifier.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off with me not making a sound, but
no, you killed me. I gotta go off screen.
Sorry, it's how my mic's set up. It just works the best, and I want you guys to hear me. So this is where we're at. I'm kind of hidden.
Do you need a hat? Just a little bucket. Jonathan, do you know what we're talking about?
Not really, no.
Did you even
Oh
see?
my god.
I didn't, but something funny happened.
Do you understand the comment?
Oh, no, not
okay.
really.
Moving on. Never mind. Keep going.
I didn't even know
Sorry.
he didn't see it. I just thought he didn't understand it.
I was
Both
just
are
hoping
true.
he didn't see it, but
Both can be true.
Both can be true.
I've never seen it, and now I cannot unsee.
I'm just gonna sit like this the whole time now.
No, if you wore a bucket hat, I would not be able to speak ever on a live.
I think I got one in the closet. If you want me to bust it out.
It's oh, Jonathan, it'd be funnier if you never found out what it is too.
That's fair.
All right, shall we move on to the next tweet? When asked, will the Terrifier house have dead bodies being cut? John Murray says, or live ones. So there's going to be scare actors where it's imitating them being cut, I'm sure.
I hope
Expected, but I'm happy it's there.
I hope both coasts have this. Because I feel like Orlando, there's been a trend recently that they don't want to have like victim it's like getting a killer doing something to a victim.
They all get
or whatnot.
hurt by the mechanism. That's been like the trend lately, is everybody just gets hurt in their little like lay down thing or wherever they're supposed to be.
I just think a house like Terrifier, you have to have the victim. Like it has to happen to a person for it to feel anything. I don't care how gory the mannequin looks. If it's just a mannequin, it's going to do nothing. You need a person to actually make those scenes worthwhile for most of them. Not every kill, but most of them. So I hope we don't just deal with mannequins or like animatronics here.
No, that's a good point, because like in the second one specifically, like the bedroom scene,
Mm-hmm.
the scene that like everybody says is like one of the most brutal ones,
Mm.
that it would not have the same effect on a dummy. The effect is like it
That
tugs
she's
on you because she's
still
still
alive.
alive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And
yeah,
I think
no, that's a good point.
aren't there like a couple kills in this franchise that are like where it's like, oh, they should be dead, but they're still just barely hanging on and twitching.
Yep.
Like it's kind of a common thing. Like you need to do it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I didn't even think about that before.
See?
I really hope both. I mean, we know Murdy's doing that way, which good. That's great. Orlando, you got this. I believe in you.
You can do it.
You can figure out ways not to hurt the scare actors. There are ways.
Don't hang a girl upside down.
No, that could be a mannequin.
We will allow a mannequin with a saw.
Yes.
But if they did though,
it would be like 5-second sets. It would be like Dead Man's Pier all over again. You're never gonna fucking see her because it's constantly some guy in a black shirt trying to help them in and out of the harness. And Art's just standing there with the saw, just spraying you like a gun.
All right, on to the next birdie tweet. Oh, I'm looking at scenic progress pics for a house that hasn't been announced yet, HHN Hollywood, and it looks so cool. Lots of variety, environments. This might be the dark horse of HHN 2025. Now go back to whatever it is you were doing.
Watch him just talk about Scarecrow. It's like, yeah, man, Scarecrow looks great, guys.
I mean, it does look cool. It's true.
It does.
I mean, if it hasn't been announced, WWE or Monstros, I guess.
Probably WWE.
Is what he'd be talking about.
Mm.
You don't think he's hyping up Poltergeist?
Man, this house I made a couple of years ago, it was great, guys.
That's so John Murdy of him. I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. It's John Murdy.
I honestly do think it's pointing to WWE.
Oh, good point. Monstros was announced.
Oh yeah. So yeah, WWE. But also that makes sense. A variety of environments because never mind. I'm not trying to turn this into a WWE podcast. If you'd like to listen to what my husband has, well.
And our podcast is also half WWE right now, so
listen, I did not ask for this. I mean, actually I did.
Yeah,
but I
literally asked for this exact thing.
I did not make this happen. You all listen to us.
Yeah, you did. We talked about it. You had your dream IPs on like a notepad, and someone looked over your shoulder and saw the dream IPs and HHN.
Oh yeah, my iPad.
Yeah, your tablet. You walk around Epic Universe with.
It's a big week.
All right. Yeah, all right. The environments: living room, kitchen, bedroom, kids' room,
further, whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah.
Oh no. I didn't ask for this when it's the year just personally designed.
You're right. Okay, I asked for it for years. I've asked for all this shit, but I have no relation to work. I'm not the reason it's happening. So if y'all don't like it, you could blame Mike Aiello because he's into the same shit I'm into. And that's the problem. Mike Aiello at his core is just a girl's girl. That's what I'm understanding from this year. And he would agree to that.
Yeah,
I'm going to find him this year and I'm going to shake his hand and be like, Mike, you get it. And that's it. I'm just going to walk away. I'm not going to explain.
He's going to be so disturbed.
He's going to be like, wait, what?
So how about we move on from our Murray tweets and head into our construction updates, where since we're already in Hollywood, I guess we'll stay here and head over to Hollywood, where we had the super shocking development of the Terrifier facade being the Terrifier Funhouse. Wow, Kevin told us this how long ago?
How do we know this is Terrifier, guys? I'm not really understanding.
What could this be?
I think this is Five Nights at Freddy's, guys.
I thought it was WWE. Damn.
Isn't this what Poltergeist looked like?
Yeah,
It is kind of crazy that Terrifier is just carved out of the fucking side of the building.
It's why it was tarped. Like the tarp,
Yeah.
it was tarp for like a couple weeks. But yeah, if you guys remember, Kevin called this when that top part was not even there. It was just like the doors and the length between them. And he was like, yeah, that looks like Terrifier Funhouse the way the doors were on the bottom. And here it is. It says Terrifier. And it looks really cool. I think it's going to be a really cool facade. And even John Murdy said the letters on Terrifier are going to be lights lit up, and they're going to like flash from white to red like the movie. So that's going to be cool too.
Mm-hmm. And then real quick, because we did forget this, and while we're on Terrifier, C-Town asked, wait, what about the Terrifier pre-show tweet? That was a Murdy tweet I did not put in here.
Was a Murdy tweet.
So yeah, John Murdy was basically asked if there'd be a pre-show. And he kind of confirms that yes, but it sounds like not pre-show in the sense that when we think pre-show like video and stuff, it sounds more like there will be a scare actor out front kind of situation is what he was going for, right? But in Hollywood, sometimes that is almost more like a show moment than just a scare actor being out there. Is it going to be art? I would hope so.
Yeah, I can't imagine any other character that would,
that fucking pale girl.
Oh,
I don't like her. I get the whole point is that she's supposed to be creepy, but she's like 1,000 times creepier than Art the Clown ever is, to me at least. So if it's that bitch, I'm running. I also do like how the entrance is like shaped now, like the mouth more. I don't know if I heard that any better. Yeah, it's the mouth. But yeah. Interesting. I can't believe we're looking at this. Like, it doesn't feel real. I feel like we're still looking at the Kevin mock-up.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy that we've seen it slapped over it for like 2.5 months, and yet it's happening now, like in our face. It's not coming together how I thought it would either.
No.
Like, that's not how I envisioned this being built out. Just like the cutout Terrifier in the wood and the vague shape.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be like, it will be a decal, I assume, but like, I thought it was going to be more reliant on a decal. I didn't think it was going to actually be the shape. I don't know why.
It's going to be a very impressive facade walking up to that, I think. Very good facade.
And then while we're here, we'll answer this question as well. Do you think this is where we start in Orlando? And I would say based off what we heard and how this house was worked on and talked about on both coasts, there's a very good chance they both start at the fun house. Because that is kind of the premise of the house overall in both coasts. So I expect it at this point. So let's move on to our next construction update here, where we're going to be looking over at Scarecrow.
Wow.
It's Scarecrow.
Same Scarecrow.
That's crazy.
That's all. Moving on. Here is Jason Universe,
Trees.
where we alluded to this before. I don't think we actually had the full photo when we talked about it on the live, but the trees were cool. We liked walking in the woods. Cool concept. But the full overhang of trees, making you feel like you're actually deep into the woods. Great touch. I'm excited to walk under this. Really cool facade. Especially because like the shack itself isn't like grand and it's not huge. It's not a large scale, but they're making it feel like it's a nice immersive space as the facade itself. And that's really cool.
It's exciting. I think that's a great way to walk in this house. And I think that's a good location for it. I think they can immerse you in the world, and this is a great way to start.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Is the Jason fan just gonna say yeah? I said.
No, I'm just imagining Yeti, the first scene in Yeti. That's all I could think of when I was looking at it. I also am a little mad because I don't know if I'm gonna make it out there this year now. So now I'm like, I really want to see the trees. I think it's really cool. I think it's how it should be. I do think the scare actor is going to be really effective.
Yeah,
because of the trees.
Hey, Jess, why'd you end up buying a ticket to Hollywood? Trees.
Trees and wrestlers, you know. Not because of fucking Scarecrow, I can tell you that. I'm mad at John Murdy. Personally victimized by Jonathan Murdy.
Jonathan Murdy.
Isn't that your entire like existence?
That's my whole gimmick.
Yeah. Your shtick, if you will.
I like Rhea Ripley. I like wrestling, and I hate John Murdy.
We love you, John. It's okay. Moving on to the currently rumored WWE facade. It's looking Jurassic Parky in the Jurassic World queue.
Swampy. Yeah, a little bit
swampy. Yeah, it's got like the I don't know what do you call that? Like, does that style have a name? Thatching. There you go. Yeah. Thatching. Thank you.
Thatched roof. Yep. It's to me, it's the swamp. We've talked about this. I think it's the swamp from Cult Leader Bray. I think that they're starting at Bray's first story as Bray Wyatt. We're skipping like husky hairs and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're starting at Cult Leader in Hollywood.
Just so everyone can get a better view there. I know it's tough to see, but behind the fence, you can kind of see the roof sticking up.
Yeah.
Tough view, I know. But you can't get a good view of this facade, and that's kind of, I don't want to say issue. It's fine, but like compared to their facades, you can't see this one at all.
I think it's a great start, though. I think people who know nothing, I would if I wasn't going to research this beforehand, going into a WWE house, they look at this and they'd be like, "Whoa, what's this house going to be?" It's something that surprises them, and I think you need that for this type of property. Make them go, man, I didn't know what to expect before. Now I really don't know what to expect. And just, I think having no expectations or not knowing what the expectations are will help the house no matter what it is. Because you're kind of going to go in with, I don't know what they're going to do at all. And I think that helps every house, honestly, when you don't have a preconceived notion of what you think the house is going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm honestly going to go into this like it is an original in like a excitement way, right? Like, 'cause not only do I not know WWE very well, I really don't know what's going to be in this house in general. Even if you do know it, like you don't really know what's going to be in this house. That's pretty cool. I'm excited about that.
Absolutely.
I have no idea what's going to be in it. I can speculate. I've been speculating for years. A lot in the last couple months, but I'm sorry. Jess just hates Kevin. Doesn't want to be on the same coast. Correct.
That's all it is.
Correct. But then I would like to go down 3
Kevin
more.
Guy.
Go down 3 more comments.
3 more?
Yeah, from that one. You'll see it. Put that on a fucking t-shirt.
No.
Well, no, just specifically from Hydra.
I just hope Slash's music doesn't ruin that swamp ambiance.
Oh, we should talk about that, shouldn't we?
That there is going to be a. Oh, go ahead. You can do it.
Yeah. So we know Slash is scoring a house from what John Murdy has stated, that Slash will be scoring a house this year. We already have, a lot of the bi-coastal announcements we already talked about. So none of those are going to be Slash, because if it was Slash, that would have said music score by Slash in Hollywood. So we have only a couple options left. We have Five Nights at Freddy's. That's a no. We have, rumored WWE. We have Scarecrow. We have Poltergeist. It's not Poltergeist, and it's not Scarecrow. I guess it could be, but that'd be weird. We're bringing Scarecrow back the exact same way, but don't worry, Slash will do the music, guys.
That could fucking rip, actually.
That could rip. So I really think the most likely answer is WWE, and that Slash should be scoring it. And I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I mean, again, don't know what's going to be in this house, so it could work. It would be in my bottom 3 choices for him to score, though.
Mm-hmm.
So a little weird, regardless.
Yeah. I just I don't even want to talk about it.
Has Slash ever done a wrestler's theme?
The fuck if I know. I won't even try to guess that answer. Eugene, let us know in the chat. No, I was ignoring this whole theory, concept, possibility, because like the only reason I can see them making this choice is because they can't get the rights to the music that the Wyatts used and that Bray used, which could be a possibility. Because I don't know, because he used he's got the whole world in his hands, but he also uses now I gotta go find out. Because there's CFOS who does like all their music, and that's like WWE's in-house. So hold, I'm gonna find out.
Or Murdy promised Slash, like, Slash, you could score one house every year. And he's looking at the IPs this year and he's going, oh no.
Oh no. It's FNAF.
So Code Orange did Bray's song for The Fiend. That's a band. I don't know. The Wyatts. I don't know who does the Wyatts music. Just in-house artists. So like maybe Slash then gets the like rights to remix the in-house music, because that I could see. Or like take it, because that's the whole point, is like the Fiend's entrance and the Wyatts entrance, like he's got the whole world and everything, like were important because they were like creepy remixes of them. So I don't know. Evolution. Evolution is the all women. That was yesterday. That's the all women pay-per-view. So yeah, so they did not advertise that Slash was on it though on Sunday.
Huh.
They advertised just Lainey and Dorothy.
Well, it was a remix of a song featuring Slash, so I guess
okay,
it
that's
wouldn't
why.
necessarily,
Okay.
Yeah. Also, it's Google AI, so it might be worded weird.
Yeah. So I mean,
wrong, potentially.
Slash has been there. Oh, the Wyatts have the same theme as Bray. So yeah. So who knows? WWE usually owns all the music, so they'll just let Universal use it and Slash rewrite it or remix it or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's also a fan. Somebody just commented that, but he is Hydra did. He's ringside all the fucking time for shit.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh.
Not as recent, but like I would say like since I've been going.
Huh. Okay. And then before we leave WWE, I do want to bring one thing up. Dustin says, just knows this, WWE, and while it could change daily, the Wyatt 6 aren't currently advertised for SmackDown in France on August 29th, the same night as Orlando's opening.
Really interesting you bring that up, because that weekend is Clash in Paris, which is the pay-per-view, the overseas pay-per-view. And them being the tag champs, it's even more interesting that they're not for that they're not advertised for that. So they're probably going to be on the SmackDown or on the SummerSlam card if they're not already. So I could absolutely see that that's why they're not at Clash in Paris, because they'll be here and then they'll be the next week in Hollywood. Well, I think they're coming back from overseas that week, so they wouldn't even be over there.
Interesting. Very interesting.
But that also means that the media event for Orlando might not have that many wrestlers present because they're all in Paris.
Ah, that's true.
That's true.
Just a thought. I need to step away for one moment while you guys continue.
That's fine. We're moving on to our favorite section updates in Hollywood. The Blum Tram, the rumored Blum Tram.
Just stepped away at the perfect moment.
Yeah, don't you wish you could?
I wish I could just be like, all right, bye, guys.
No, you're stuck. I'm sorry.
This is bad. This is bad. Like we've talked about before on our Hollywood review, where we love the Larry Larva tram, and I think we all generally like the Hollywood Harry tram pretty good.
Yep.
We really like those incarnations, and we're of the tram, and we're like, great, they're having a great start. And then this happened, and this was the property that made us go, after honestly 2 years of, I'd say, pretty decent trams. This was the tram that made us go, wouldn't it be great if the studio, the tram tour for the Terror Tram just stopped happening and they just never used it again and they just replaced it with houses? This was the property that made us all say that, and it's coming back in a while I don't know what exactly properties are going to have because Blumhouse is Blumhouse. You can use new properties. I feel like we're going to get mostly the same, maybe different versions of the same properties we've had before. So it's just really disappointing to see the tram being used in this way. I get the general public probably likes it more. They see Megan and they go, I love this tram, even if it's not really that interesting. It probably gets higher ratings. I doubt we're going to see an original tram after this unless they can't get the rights to an IP for it. But yeah, it's really, really disappointing and a big stain on, I think, Hollywood's overall lineup. But it's personal preference. That's all it is. It's all just our personal opinions, and it is what it is. Some people are going to love this, and that's great. And I'm excited for those people. But yeah, not excited for this at all. Not even the slightest.
And as you just tried to end it all nicely with like, oh, it's just personal preference, I'm going to send you on a tangent using Fandom's Lady's comment here. With this, isn't like half the event repeats, Jonathan?
So bad. I understand. Like, I don't want to get super negative because I know there's a lot of Hollywood people on here who love Hollywood, and I love Hollywood too. I feel like for a good portion of like the episodes I've been on, I've been the most positive on HHN Hollywood, on the podcast. But this is kind of unacceptable when it's like half of the entire event is stuff you've done before. It's why not just go on a plane, go to Orlando, and see new things you haven't seen before the entire event, and go like I feel like at this point when half of the event is something like you've already seen, just you can go somewhere else and experience an event that will have all new things. But whatever, I'm still on the fence if I'm going to go to this year. Frankly, my girlfriend has never gone to the Hollywood ever. So that would be the only reason I would be going, just for her to see it for the first time. Cause it's always fun seeing someone experience that for the first time. If the funds are there. But yeah, I'm done with the negativity. I'm going to calm down on that, but I do not like this at all.
I'm going to keep up negativity, not from myself, but from the biggest Hollywood defender there is, Albert. Hate this. That's how atrocious and egregious Blumtram returning is. That Albert passionately hates it. Just saying. So it's not even just us. Like, diehards of Hollywood who defend it with all their being hate this. Because it's not as only the same thing we've seen. It's flat out lazy.
It is.
Even if it's like a contractual thing, like, this is the same like setup. It's the same path. You have these same fucking structures. Which here, same structures, right? Here we go. All right, this is what's being built right now as we're speaking. This is Megan's stage last year. It's the same thing. It is that structure. We can hope it's not Megan and they switch it up and it's something different. It's a different use, but like realistically, what's this going to be?
Megan.
What we're looking at from last year.
Maybe a different costume for Megan too. Maybe that's the best we can hope for. Honestly, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The Terror Tram is the thing that makes HHN Hollywood. It's something no other event has. It's what they can say is distinctly ours. You can't compare it to anything. This is our thing. When you think of HHN Hollywood, you think of the Terror Tram. I went to HHN Hollywood for the first time in 2021 because there were rumors the year before, or 2019, they didn't have the Terror Tram and they brought it back for 2021. And I was like, I want to experience it in case it ever goes away again, because this is something that this park only has. And, I didn't love it, but it was unique. But just to make your main thing a repeat of a thing that is not good, not very good, it's upsetting. I don't like it.
And I'll bring in one more Hollywood local here. Nah, it's not opinion, Jonathan. This is bad, like on a scientific level. Not just super disappointing, but straight up disrespectful and unacceptable.
Yeah. It could have just been like Jason Blum's like, do you want Five Nights at Freddy's? It's just holding like a little like Five Nights at Freddy's IP. Like, do you want this? So here's, you have to have the Blumhouse terror trim. Like, that could have honestly been what happened. But I would have just been like, I'd rather not have Five Nights at Freddy's. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. And again, I think there's probably more to this than just like John Murray decided this is what's going to work for whatever reason. I'm sure there's so much more to it than that. I don't think Murray is like, man, I want to make the same terror tram again, guys.
No.
But anyways, shall we go to Orlando? Where, guess what? We have a stage. Oh boy.
Oh, I like that.
So this is going to be right outside of Animal Actors, just outside Central Park. The big speculation is that this will be an extension of the Central Park zone, which much needed because it was super bottlenecked, because they haven't expanded outside of the specific Central Zone walkways or Central Park walkway since 2018. That's the last time they expanded further out, I believe. So it's been a while, and it's been very crammed since then. So this would be a nice breath of fresh air. Having a stage to have whoever the prominent figure of the scare zone is would be really nice. And what you can't fully see, but if you look to the left, there's actually lighting trusses completely surrounding this area. Around the entire walkway, there's 6 or 7 of them. So this is going to be like a legit show moment on a stage, it appears, because they have the lighting right for it, for sure.
Yeah, that's what's making me think it's part of the zone. Because it looks like it's all connected, and that's a really cool way to expand this zone, because people have been complaining for years that all Central Park is that tight area, and then it's over and it's just too tight, and it needs to find some way to either get rid of it or expand it. This is a great way to do that, to use the space. To honestly, you're drawing a lot of people. If there's a show moment here, which, I mean, that's why you build this type of stage, honestly. There's a show moment here, you're drawing people out of that little tiny walkway and say, oh, the show, and they walk towards it. And it gets people in the bigger walkway and maybe helps the congestion of the actual Central Park in some ways. And I think this is just a net benefit to everyone in terms of just creatively, in terms of flow, in terms of how immersive the zone can get. We'll find out by the end of this week, right? But if the rumors are true, on the speculation map, that we're getting 4 zones and 1 party thing that might be a zone, might not. Regardless, I don't know. I don't think HHN is like saying that's a zone, or like they are, but it feels like a separate thing. It feels like its own thing. So let's just say 4 zones, 4 real zones. Our intro zone is now becoming, hopefully, by the way the lights are looking, how it used to be. So it's technically expanding from the little space they had before. And now Central Park, we have maybe this expansion outside. Maybe that's what makes up for the lost zone, expanding the ones that we have now. And I think that honestly could work. I think that's a great way to solve a lot of the congestion issues while also improving the other scare zones.
Yeah. I'm excited to see if it's obviously grown, but like how this works, because they rush us through Central Park every year. Can't stop, can't turn around. Like, you can't enjoy it. It's just become like, keep moving. So with this being here, the food booths being behind it, where those tents are in this picture by Animal Actors, how is that going to work? And then like, I know that corner was dead by DreamWorks and like ET and stuff last year, besides like the bathroom and like people getting like a little bit of food, but like Pizza Fries was dead. I think we talked about it in the podcast. It will bring people back there. I just worry about how that works as like an outlet into like the other areas of the park. And like, I want them to use DreamWorks better. Shove all the food booths back there if you have to at that point. Make it so like people will go back there, and that'll also like spread people out into like the other bathrooms in the park and stuff like that, because that was another issue, is like, maybe not an issue, because if you knew the ET bathrooms were there, they were dead. But then like the Simpsons bathrooms I found were like overcrowded if people would have just realized that like we could just like split and now both bathrooms are open. Like they just need to find a way to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
And not just shove this here.
I don't know if it's feasible, but across from Kid Zone Pizza or whatever that is called now, that is DreamWorks Land. Like if you put it directly across on the opposite side before the entrance to the land itself, do you think you'd have enough space there for like 2 food booths? It kind of feels like there might be. Obviously, daily operation would have to shift a bit, but it's not blocking anything integral to the park experience.
Just the photo ops. That's the only reason that makes me go, ooh, they would have to get rid of like the Gabby's Dollhouse photo op and like, but they never have characters.
For HHN money?
By.
Why not?
Right. They put carts there anyways. Like they put roaming beverage.
Yeah.
I just think that we need to use the corners of the park better.
Yep.
And we thought that they were going to last year. We had like a random trust pop up in like between Simpsons and like the houses back by MIB. It wasn't for that, but they just need to find a way to make this better because we know that the rumor is 4 zones. We're going to find out by the end of the week. I'm not counting the Death Eaters. I'm not counting the party zone. Like a scare zone is a scare zone. It's open from 6:30 to 2 a.m. It is staffed 45 on, 45 off. Like I'm not counting experiences as scare zones.
Right.
So I hear people with the Death Eaters and stuff like that. I have never considered that a zone because it's unlimited engagement during the event. And I'm good. I don't need to be over there. She don't need my money. So I don't know. Very curious.
And before we completely leave this area, I do want to tie in Seatown's comment regarding the food booth not being there where it has typically been in previous years. And then also Keith as well discussing the Animal Actors food area as well. And could this impact that? And to your point, Jess, I think it could impact it in the sense that not only will it remain, it'll flourish and do a lot better. It's going to send people in this direction and get people to hang out in this area and stop and grab drink and food while they're around these spaces. So I think it's probably quite the opposite of them going away and maybe them finding a way to add capacity to these areas on a food and beverage front.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about before, you know, the Rip by Rocket conversation always ends up coming back. We need people to spread throughout the park. We cannot have major sections of the park where nobody is there because that means those are scare zones that are now tighter. Those are house lines that are tighter. You know, less room to breathe. People need to move somewhere. You know, people need to breathe. It makes the event a lot easier to walk and more enjoyable. Rip Ride going away takes away so much capacity, so much. Those lines are always 2 hours long, like or more every single night. You know, it's almost as bad as Mummy, sometimes worse. So, you know, and with that going away, we are losing a huge capacity eater. There's rumor, you know, on the speculation map that Lagoon Show's coming back. That is a great start. It's not enough. Lagoon Show still doesn't eat as many people as Rocket does. You need more space. And if you can do things like this and encourage people to spread out and hang out in other areas that usually they didn't, that can solve or at least really help alleviate the problem that Rocket leaving would cause.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we get too stuck on these issues, let's move on. We're going to go over to Battery Park, where we're seeing basically the same exact base setup we saw last year for HHN Bar, the entrance truss, the TV case, and then the truss next to it. It looks like it's going to be the same thing we had last year for HHN Bar. Hopefully it doesn't look so hastily put together like last year, but it looks layout wise like it's going to be the same thing.
Yeah, it's expected, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy it's back. I think it's a cool little feature to have. Please offer more options at your bar, but other than that, I think it's really cool to have.
Yeah, I like it. I'm not going to complain. More bars, more experiences. I do think it's funny. I know that it's a joke, Albert, but do you realize that in Florida we have to build everything out of trusses because of hurricanes? I just the truss comments make me giggle.
Oh,
because
yeah.
everything we build has to be built out of trusses because they have to be hurricane proof.
I think not necessarily to even defend it, but Albert's saying it because like in Hollywood we get facades.
Oh yeah,
We don't
don't get
because
them
we
here.
have spaces basically built for HHN,
Yeah.
and it's not just a randomly tossed together event like Hollywood.
Yeah, I was talking more about scare zones because I know that
Oh, yeah,
that's like the comparison because we don't do backstage photos either, except we have like a gray area,
Yes.
obviously. But like that is a big difference out here. Like it's hurricane season for Horror Nights, so they have to build these things. They're still going to take them down if there is a hurricane. But they have to build these things to last like flash floods and thunderstorms because as what
Weather's
happened
different.
like 2 hours ago here, we were in a flood warning all day today.
Yeah.
So
when we started this live stream, my house was shaking from thunder every now and then.
Yeah.
So
that's just how it be out here.
And real quick, before I forget these questions, we're here. We've had several questions about this actually, because it is a big rumor right now. Where do you think the tribute store is going to go? Some people don't think it's going in Macy's. And then I'm just going to toss it over to Robbie here, where he says the Palace Theater Arcade. Obviously not confirmed, but there is currently the arcade's closed. There's construction happening in it. We'll see, but it seems kind of likely that might be the situation.
Yeah.
How? Like I, there's a sign pointing to like get ready for a new exhibit in the mummy store. Like it's whenever they do that, it's something for HHN. And if that ends up being true, my brain can't process it because the space is so small for what they need for a tribute store. We were sort of speculating like maybe they use some of the mummy store in addition to it to get some extra space. You can cut off a little bit of the store area and just leave the line, and you can use a little bit for that maybe. But that's a big maybe. I don't know how you make a great tribute store in this space. Like at that point, how immersive can it actually get? Because you need registers, you need merch everywhere. You'd have so many essential things that you need for a store. And that little space, how are you also going to immerse me into multiple different environments? I don't know. It's a big question I have.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason sorry, Duff.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
The only reason I can see them choosing it is because it's a space that has the option to have one way in, one way out flow.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only choice in the park that I can think of that would be available and not affected by the construction.
And I'm going to pull up Steel Scorpio's comment here. Do you think there will be a FNAF overlay in the arcade? Do you think we get multiple small tribute stores? Arcade seems so small. I think that's best case scenario with what we're currently seeing, is that there's kind of, whether this is a separate experience or like a multiple tribute store location kind of deal, but that this isn't the only tribute store because this is a small space and that would be worrisome. So hopefully this isn't like the only tribute store happening. We'll see. But it has become a pretty big rumor at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it probably is just a 5 nights experience. It's probably whatever the bonus experience is. That's along with the house that hasn't been announced. I don't know. I still haven't gone to studios to see like, oh no, I did see the wall. I saw what you guys meant. There is like a little space between the construction and like the Macy's
you could basically
building.
put it up to like oh, you're talking about the wall, sorry.
Yeah. No, like I don't know. I just don't see a world where they can still have the store in New York in Macy's with that wall and everything going on.
But the thing is, where that wall is, it's literally where the queue was.
Yeah.
So you'd basically have the same amount of space to exit the tribute store.
Is the exit blocked by the wall at all?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Nope.
So it's probably still in there, but we have to speculate because the arcade closed a month and a half before the event.
Mm-hmm.
That never happens. They rarely ever close that arcade.
They just changed the prizes in there to kind of match the season. That's about it.
And just to add to the hope that maybe it's like a multiple experience thing, Bethany points out, Christmas store in New York has been closed a while too. So maybe they got multiple things going on. I don't know.
I like multiple mini stores.
Yeah.
That's a fun idea.
I think you still need a main tribute store, to be honest. It's also, and it's been talked about, like specifically from the team, that this is like their 10th anniversary tribute store.
Yeah.
So should be a big deal.
Anniversary is this them putting up old props from the tribute, just random props because they don't have any space to actually theme anything. So
It's
they're just
actually
like,
the annual pass holder store.
yeah.
That's all it is.
Mhm.
My
All right.
goodness.
Well, let's move on from that. And yeah, it is just lighting rigs and trusses. So yeah, we're not going to defend ourselves here. That's really what it is. Moving forward. Wow, lights.
Wow.
New York. Wow, lights. Hollywood. There's a lot more, by the way, especially in Hollywood. I'm just not going to show every single lighting rig going on. That'd be insane. But yeah, it's coming to life, and I just want to show this one photo from BioReconstruct because this is formerly the queue for Soundstage 24. We ain't going there anymore, guys.
Formerly.
We are not going there. It is
Look at all
getting
that
torn
dirt.
up, being for the Rip Ride Rocket demolition / construction for whatever's coming next. There's going to be a new route this year, and this is a space that has been used for a long time at HHN. So it's going to be a little bit weird not going back here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I can add to this too.
please.
We can't confirm this, but there were, I think, between like 10 and 15 trailers being dropped off at Universal as well the other day. And they were construction trailers, which are used for Horror Nights sometimes, as well as like rig space and management space, but it's most likely for Rocket.
I wonder if the team, they were like, guys, look what properties we got this year. They're all so big after last year. Oh, there's gonna be so many people coming. We got Terrifier and Five Nights at Freddy's, and we have no queue space. What?
What? Oh, and we're gonna tear down Rip Ride Rocket. Oh, in November. Actually, no, August. August.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Can we wait a little? No. Oh, all right.
Remember when they kept Twister open through the event? But they can't keep open one of the 5 fucking attractions that's open during Horror Night. Oh, I love them.
Let me just tell you, I'm going to miss leaning on that Soundstage 24 wall at 1:58 a.m., exhausted as shit, dripping sweat. Ugh.
I'm not going to miss standing against the fence and having the audio for the video that's not playing anymore screaming in my ear.
I'm not going to miss that.
But now it's going to be 10 times worse because we're going to be between walls.
Oh, yeah.
Wub, 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 wub.
Mm-hmm.
Earplugs.
Get your earplugs. That's Jonathan and I are going to be in standby with trench coats full of earplugs. Hey, you need this? Welcome to standby, kid.
Ever heard about a thing called ear protection?
We got loops. We got the off brands. We got the other ones I don't want to say on here.
Oh. And we are going to show one more picture from BioReconstruct that is a bit more fun, and that's going to be the facade for the rumored location for Dolls Let's Play Dead.
Rumored when? Oh, I guess we didn't have a video for this, so never mind.
So yeah, Dolls Let's Play Dead. That's the facade. It looks like a house attic area or a dollhouse attic area.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I hope a lot more is added to this. I think that we need a lot more depth, but obviously it's still in the early stages, so I'm not judging it at all yet.
I wonder what is going to be in that circle. If it's going to be a video, if it's going to be like projections. No, because that's the attic. We're looking in.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Could be like a little, like you see a window, but like behind it, like, you know, you see someone like the girl or whatever that's this house, like cutting up the toys or whatever, and seeing her be Sid essentially and do all that.
I'm excited to see how the entrance gets built out because we got to go in the door down the right side. So I'm curious, is it going to be like we've entered the house, or are we going around back? Like, I'm very excited to see this get built up more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if there's a video and they have a cool like projection or whatever's on the screen in the back, just like of her like menacingly being there in some fashion, that's really cool. Hopefully that's what happens.
That'd be great.
But that is all for our construction updates. I think that's really all we have to talk about at all tonight. If anyone has any last minute things they want to discuss, we could do that real quick. Otherwise, how do we feel about this week? A little hectic, a little stressful?
Yes,
A little
yes.
less money in your pocket. A little less money in
Not
my
yet.
pocket.
Not yet.
Haven't
I'm
bought mine yet.
almost there.
I gotta go
It's
to
a great week,
SummerSlam
though.
first.
Understandable. It was a great week, though. We got so much to talk about. Finally got the question: is our frequent fear passes coming? Answered. And got Terrifier. I mean, just a great jam packed week. And this week is the same because we're gonna get an announcement probably every single day. So, Horror Nights is not stopping at all.
No,
Yeah.
I mean it doesn't have much time. It has to finish everything up.
Mm-hmm.
We have about a month and a half, and we're
Yeah.
done. That's it. We're at the event, just like
Yep.
that.
They gotta open Vegas. They gotta talk spooky or whatever, Midsummer,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's the event at that point.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Ooh, here's one thing. We did kind of miss this, and we'll do it real quick. Briefly talk about Singapore announcements. So we'll only talk about one, and that is Stranger Things is coming to HHN this year in Singapore. Seasons 2, 3, and 4.
Too many seasons. That's too many.
That's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot.
Considering 4 was like had like 3-hour episodes at one point. How much content in that one season alone. Trying to stick 2, 3, and 4 in it. Like I get why, because they've only had one before, so it makes sense to finish it up. But that is gonna be a house you're gonna be jumping from place to place real quick. You're not gonna. I don't know how immersed you can really get when you keep jumping from season to season to season, especially with all that content.
Mm-hmm. None of us will see it though, so oh well.
No, I'll watch a POV.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna end it with one last question here. It's a fun one for us. What is your prediction for the longest standby line this year?
Like which one or how long?
Ooh.
I assume like which one, like which house will have the longest standby.
Between 2, right? Like
Yeah.
everyone's
FNAF and
between the 2.
Terrifier?
Yeah.
I think. All right, my prediction: in Hollywood, it's FNAF. In Orlando, it's Terrifier.
Yes.
I can even get crazier. I think the first like opening week it's gonna be FNAF. We'll have the higher weights, and then after the reviews for Terrifier comes out, if it really is what people are saying it is, Terrifier will take the lead later. But I think like intro FNAF will be the biggest, but then word of mouth, kind of like Insidious, can propel Terrifier to be the longest wait later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. All right, one more because I'm just gonna say soon, maybe. Wait, it's happening. Sort of, maybe.
Mm.
Anyways, that's all for this week. We will see you guys next week, where hopefully we have more scare zones, maybe shows to discuss,
I hope.
possibly even a house announcement. Maybe Hollywood takes advantage because they're not doing anything. Don't know. Yay, Poltergeist.
Hooray, Scarecrow.
Probably.
But if you guys enjoyed this, please give it a like. If you didn't enjoy it, give it a like as well. It helps us. We'll take it. Anyway, it comes. We do have a podcast. Check that out. That dropped yesterday, and it should be dropping hopefully every Monday if we stay on schedule moving forward here. Anywhere you listen to podcast or our YouTube channel. Social media, Jess is going to be reacting to the Scare Zone announcements and any announcements as they come on TikTok. And so that's it. That's it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. See you on the podcast and wherever you guys are. I guess in the streets because it's coming soon.